reasons.
are in a group chat together from the episode? Is that where
Like
this
the
information is
girls,
coming from?
right. So
Uh-huh.
the girls have a group chat that we made a group chat because we wanted to go out after the show and like hang out. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, so that's what the group chat was morely about.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just turned to something else. And I'm not trying to put the other girls out there because I look, I got to know everybody. But I don't know what girls he's pertaining to because I honestly was not in the back bragging about some 50-year-old man taking care of me because that's not what it is. And I wish you would have addressed me like personally and I would have told you no. That was like way back then. I mean, that's how communication started. And I told you on the show, communication is a real big issue for me. That's my love language. If you can't communicate with me and you're going by like what the streets are saying, like you would never have a real relationship. And that's just
It wasn't
that's
about what
just
the
pure
streets were saying.
honesty.
It was multiple people that was bringing.
I'm just saying like
It's
street, like
was
outside
it's
people.
but it's multiple people bringing up the same
But
situation.
you're
So,
still saying multiple people instead of addressing it from the person that it happened to.
okay.
So
So
now it
Cliff,
feels like, oh, go. I'm sorry. Like now it feels like you're trying to make me look bad on bad on this show. Like, oh, she had this man taking care of her while she came on the show. I haven't seen that man in months. Like literally
so
months.
Cliff, did you ever like once think like, okay, you know what? I'm hearing this. Let me go ahead and speak with her and get more clarification.
No, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to bring it to her attention because I just feel like we'll be in a debate like how it is right now, just constantly like it was just go back and
It's not
forth.
a
It would
debate.
have
I'm
been
defending
us going back and
myself.
forth, and like
I'm
she
defending
saying that
myself.
it was just like she bringing it up like it was past years or something when it was probably could have been recently. So I just didn't
It
want to.
wasn't recent though.
So I don't really know what it was. So I didn't really want to necessarily talk about it like at that point because I
Okay.
feel like she would have just probably said that oh it was in the past or some years ago.
Because that's true. Like I'm gonna defend myself. If it's not
That's
if it's true, I would tell you. If it's not true, I would tell you it's not true.
that's
Like I'm gonna defend myself.
that's fine.
So how was it brought up to you, Cliff? Like you reached out to the other girls or they reached out
No,
to
actually,
you?
they
Like
reached. Yeah,
how?
actually, it was one that she was actually cool with. But yeah, she reached out to me and told me, and she was like she can't believe that she told her that because she literally explained it to her. And then this was actually one of the girls that actually popped on me that told me it personally. So, um, and she told me
Mhm.
that she was bragging about it, and she thought about it like, why is you even on the show if you announce
And
it
I
and tell it?
honestly feel like I already know who you're talking about, and that's probably the main person that was causing all the mess. But I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, but
Mhm.
like I said,
I
though,
wish you, but honestly, at the end of the day, you're my match. I'm your match. You talking to her about me is
I,
not
I
okay.
would. I
You
mean, it
should
was
have
brought to
reached
my
out to
attention.
me to
I didn't
ask
say
me.
nothing. I didn't even know anything. It was brought to my attention.
I know, but when you
So
heard that, you should have been like, "Bro, like, is this true?"
I
And I would
heard
have been like, "No,
this.
Cliff, that's not true." Like, she might have misheard something or misread something because I keep all my receipts. Like, I have messages too.
that's
So
fine.
I wish you would have addressed me first and been like, "Bro, she said this. Is this true?" And I would have told you. I have nothing to hide. Promise you.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cliff, you got this information and then right after you got that, that was it. You never spoke to Ro again?
Yeah, I really did. I kind of like, I just fell back like off, bro. I couldn't deal with like all that. Just hearing the information and then just with the whole, she kept bringing up like, oh, how I was constantly saying person name and stuff. It was just giving me a lot of like, I was gonna pull my dreads out to be honest with you. Like, I just didn't want to keep conversation where like it was just,
This guy is making me
I
trying
don't
to
know.
make me
It's
look
just
bad.
I just left it alone because I just wanted to like kind of move on because it was just I feel like it was be a lot of going back and forth with me and her. So I'm
Okay.
not that kind of person to keep going back and forth and always having to talk and I'm just like a more peace and smooth. But with Ro, it's just like yeah, it's just constantly it's like constantly have to like go back and forth. So I didn't want to kind of deal with that. So I wanted to keep my peace. So I kind of just left it as it is and just let it, just let it die down, really, to be honest with you.
Okay. So were you interested in her to begin with? Like,
I mean, I was, but with
I
all
don't
the
think so.
information and stuff, with all the information and stuff that I got, it just kind of like,
The
it made,
information that you got.
it just made me kind of like think twice. And then just from the text message and stuff, because I don't know, I just started thinking a little bit. And then plus when we rode in the car together, she didn't really, she didn't really want to match with me anyway when she explained everything to me. So, that was another thing because I really wasn't truly her match. And she explained that to me in the car. So, That was another
I
reason.
never told you that, Cliff.
You did tell me that. You did tell me.
I did not. Why are you trying to make me look
Um,
bad?
I'm really not. So
You
I'm
are, but
like,
it's
see, that's
fine. You
what
know what?
Arlette. That's why I said,
I
Arlette.
came on here.
This is why I
I
said
came
I
on
didn't
here
want.
with
This is why I didn't
I
want
came
to.
on
Sorry
here
guys,
with
hold
a
on. One person at a time. I can't hear.
I let him talk. I came on here with great intentions to, not to like make him look bad, just go with the flow, like tell him, my side.
Mhm.
But like the stuff that you're saying is kind of crazy because for you to say that I sat in your car in the car and said that you was not my match, I would never say that. That has not came out my mouth ever. As I watched the show, I was not your match. When I watched the show, I was not your match. You literally was on that show asking the same questions to every lady. And the only question you were asking the lady was about travel. It was nothing about them genuinely, like as a person. It was nothing about them bringing anything to the table. It was nothing about them internally. You were only asking about travel. So to me, like you were on the show just to find someone to travel with. And honestly, when I watched it, I kind of looked and was like, this guy really wasn't even really that interested in me because you didn't really ask me any questions. The only person that was really asking me questions was Rob. Like nobody,
And,
you honestly did not show interest in me. Like you did not. And and I know I didn't tell you you was not my match because I honestly wanted to match with you because you were older. I like that you were calm. Like I want a man that's calm. I don't want a man that's rowdy because I'm already like energetic. Like
Mhm.
I chose you because of those characteristics that I seen. You were calm, you were older. You cared yourself more, better. I liked how you were dressed. Like so
Yeah.
you can't say that I chose you. I didn't like you were not my initial match because if that was the case, I would pop my balloon, honestly. At the end of the day, like
Right.
that's just it. But honestly, to me, watching the show with my friends and family, it just seemed like you just wanted a match, and it didn't really feel like you wanted something genuine because your questions were not in a genuine place. It was just like, oh, where have you been? Where have you traveled? That's it. Point blank. Period.
Okay. Cliff, anything you want to add to
I
that?
mean, that was one question I asked because that's clearly what everybody came out and mostly everybody say. So traveling was one big thing about me. But when we were in the car, she clearly did say that Rob, who was the last person that was down with me, that
Mhm.
she would have chose Rob, but she wanted to do something different. Rob was more of her preference, but she only
Yes,
chose me
I was
because she
stepping out of
wanted to
my
do
comfort
something different.
zone.
So she
You're
wanted to
right. I
step
was
out of her
stepping out of
comfort.
my comfort
So
zone.
that clearly means
But
that
I didn't
Rob.
say that you were not my match. I said Rob is someone I would have normally went for, but I chose you. I chose you for a reason. So you can't just say that because just like you were bragging about the other girl, like y'all had a lot of common interests. I'm not doing you that way, but now you're making it seem like I did not want to choose you. I chose you for a reason. If I wanted to choose Rob, I would have, but I didn't. I wanted to step out my comfort zone because I liked your demeanor. Like I said, you were calm, you were
Mhm.
cool, collected. Like I'm just confused on where all this coming from.
So
But
you felt like when she said Rob is what she usually goes for, you're
Well, it
thinking
wasn't
like,
just. I mean, not even just that. It was just everything though that just led up to just where we at like now. So, I
okay.
just didn't want to continue to like deal with like everything that was going on. So
Okay. So there was no closure like, "Hey, I don't think this is no it's going to not going to
exactly, he didn't even give
work."
me closure. Like that's immature. Like that's all you could have said was like, "Bro, I heard this about you. Is it true?" I would have told you. And then you could have made you could have said, "Okay, well, I don't want to continue this." And I would have been like, "Okay, I understand." You didn't even give me that. I would have gave you
Ro
that. I honestly would have gave you that.
Ro, did you reach out to him when you didn't hear from
No,
him?
because I felt like there was no need for me to reach out because if he really was interested in me and if he really wanted to know like whatever he heard was true, then he would have reached out to me. I didn't reach out. After he said, "Oh, I'll text you in the morning," and then I didn't hear back. I'm like, "Well, I'm just going to leave it at that."
Hmm. Okay. Oh my god, that's a lot for only knowing each other. What was that? All in like a week?
that's what I'm saying. That's just too much. It's just too much to deal with. Like
Don't try to make it seem
it's
like
just
it's
too much
me
to deal with
though.
within a week, and I'm just really not trying to do all that. Like I'm
Don't make
really
it seem
not.
like it's just me. Like
I'm just saying it's just
you
Arlette.
have
And then
blame in
even
it
it's
too.
crazy because like even the messages and stuff I show my guys, it's like wow. like you going through like dealing with all that, and y'all barely even know.
Messages that she sent you?
Yeah, just it was essays, paragraphs, like books.
Yes, because if I
It's
can't talk to you during the day, I'm gonna send you a message and tell you all this that we're talking about because we're getting to know each other.
yeah.
All this you showing your boys and stuff. See, that's childish. I don't
It's
do
not
stuff like that.
childish. It's not
It
childish.
is childish.
It's
Why would you
not.
show your boys my
It's
messages
it,
that's for you?
it's some like just
That's
to show
childish.
like
I have
this is
not showed any
because
of my
you are
friends.
match. So I showed them like look what I'm
It
going
doesn't
through.
matter. I'm your match.
Like
I'm not their
okay,
match.
but it's just like I said
So
on
I don't
that.
show my friends
It
my
was a lot.
messages of you.
It was a lot, and I just
You have
didn't
a
know what
lot.
to
You
deal
have a
with.
lot of growing up to do, but it's
I really
okay. Like
don't.
you
I
do,
really
because
don't.
there's no way I'm gonna be showing my friends my guys' messages like, oh yeah, she did that.
No,
Like,
I
come
was
on
just
now.
showing them like, look what I'm going through. Like,
No, you
and I
don't do
barely even know
that.
you.
You don't do
Like that's
that. You
crazy.
don't
I didn't
do
say
that.
I showed them the whole message, but like,
It
look
don't
at the
matter.
essay.
You don't do
All
that.
right,
You
Okay.
don't
okay.
do
All right,
that.
Well,
guys.
that's what you don't do. You don't
And
have to
for
do it,
one,
We're
like
not
I
going to get
said,
anywhere, guys.
I
man.
Let's
know.
just
And for
That's why I
one, you
left it
should
at.
have addressed
That's why I
me.
left it at it was.
You should have addressed
That's
me
why I
about
left it at it
everything
was.
that you felt about
It
me.
wasn't a purpose. Like no,
Oh
I wasn't about
man.
to do that. So
And
Okay.
that's fine.
Well, we can see, yeah, this
Yeah, it's fine.
there's a
You just
lot.
have
There's
a
a
lot of
lot.
you have a lot of maturing to do. I'm just gonna let you know that.
thank you. I appreciate
You're you're welcome.
it.
You are welcome.
Thank
Because
you.
all this he say she say, baby, I am not in high school. I'm not.
That's
If
fine.
I need to know it, if I need to know something, I'm gonna
Oh,
ask the person. Point blank. Period. I'm
Okay.
okay.
gonna ask that person.